Hedgehog is celebrating its 25th anniversary this year with events taking place in Japan, America and over here too with Summer of Sonic in August. But in this, the first of many Southend of Sonic videos, I want to take you back to the year 1997 when I was just 10 years old and I went to an official Sonic birthday party for the 6th anniversary, located in the famous Hamley's toy store in London. But how did I even get invited to such a thing in the first place?
Well, let me introduce you to Sonic the Comic. I'll be going into more detail about this long gone but not forgotten publication another time, but for now, here's issue 116, which caught my eye with the tagline, "Win an invitation to party with Sonic." And enclosed was a contest to win a chance to attend said event. But hang on, the 16th of November? That's not the anniversary. Not sure where they pulled this date from, but maybe it was simply the best time for them to arrange this, or maybe they forgot? I wasn't aware of the actual anniversary date at the time anyway. All you had to do was answer this simple question: how many years ago was Sonic 1 released? The clue is discreetly included on this page, it proclaims. Yep, it sure is discreet. Only the first 100 correct answers sent in would win, so I entered hoping for the best, as you do, and about a week later, a letter arrived. Yeah, I still have all the paperwork and even the envelope it arrived in. What am I doing with my luck? And inside was this message: "Congratulations, Sonic fan! You have been picked as one of the lucky winners in our Sonic birthday competition, as seen in Sonic the Comic issue 116. As you already know, the party takes place in London's famous toy store Hamley's on Regent Street on Sunday 16th November 1997. There are plenty of cool events taking place, and of course it is your chance to meet Sonic himself. We look forward to seeing you there, and don't forget to bring the enclosed ticket with you. Sonic the Comic." Alongside it was the ticket itself detailing "What's happening, dude?" as well as a small note from the Sega Europe public relations bloke of the time. The event took place on the bottom floor of Hamley's in a Sega branded gaming section ingeniously named Metropolis. You know, like Metropolis Zone. I guess that's why they named it that anyway. My memories of the place are a bit fuzzy, but there were a bunch of arcade cabinets and a snack bar of some sort. Of course, this is long gone now. I believe it's been replaced by a game store.
When we arrived, there were goodie bags awaiting us containing Sonic Jam posters, which were hanging on my walls for donkey's years until they fell apart, and Hamley's Metropolis badges with Sonic and Tails all over them, which I still have. See?
There were a couple Sega Saturn demo pods set up that let us try out Sonic R about a month before it was released. Look, here's me, bouncing into a wall over and over again. There was also a chance to win a copy of the game early in a raffle, as well as some arcade best score contests. The only game I recall trying and failing pretty hard at was Scud Race. Safe to say that after this event, Sonic R was the game to get that Christmas for me. And while most other kids were probably playing Mario 64 and Crash Bandicoot, I was obsessed with Sonic R. It was the closest thing to a 3D Sonic game at the time, and I would spend ages exploring the stages and making up a 2-player shoot mode with a friend using the Infinite Rings area and Reactive Factory and chasing each other about with Robotnik and Egg Robo shooting bombs at each other. But anyway, the highlight of the event was a guy wandering around in a rather impressive Sonic costume who was being helped around by a lady holding his arm, presumably due to not being able to see very well. He practically had to shove his face into the cake to even see it. Here I am, honking his nose, which I'm sure he loved.
One of my fondest memories of the day, but probably not the person in the costumes, was unfortunately not caught on film, but I'll never forget it. Sonic was left to fend for himself for a moment, and he ended up walking into a wall, causing him to fall with Sonic 3D posters crashing on top of him. How embarrassing.
After we left the party, we visited Sega World and bumped into Sonic again. Only this time he looked a little strange.
Oh yeah, I'm Sonic the Hedgehog. Welcome to Sega World.
But what would a birthday party be without a cake? Well, here it was, a recreation of that Sonic 3D box art that got his spikes all wrong and generally looked very weird. Still, it was a big enough cake that everyone got a slice. Oh, and get ready for some birthday singing and shouting.
and years I thought this was some other kid going bonkers, but turns out, according to my mum who was filming the whole thing, it was me. Yep. Never gonna live this one down, Aaron. He's cutting his cake! But hey, who can blame me? I just met Sonic! On his birthday! Let's be real here though, this was a really fun day out and one of my fondest Blue Hedgehog related memories from my childhood. I'd love to know if anyone else out there on YouTube was also there. I feel there were well over 100 kids there. Let us know in the comments if you were. So that was my little trip down memory lane. There's much more to come in Southend of Sonic, so stay tuned. Woo! I just did the Dan Sheridan thing. I'm not really sure why.